I'm Mark Northam, the Secretary of the Independent Education Union. I'd like to welcome you back to a quite tumultuous term 2 in New South Wales and ACT schools. And the pandemic crisis continues. In recent days, you've seen an arm wrestle between the federal government and state governments, with funding being used as a lever across New South Wales schools, in particular, to get independent and Catholic schools returning to work earlier than what was initially planned. This is causing problems, and the union is continuing to unpack these as we speak. In particular, we have concerns about vulnerable workers, employees, our members in schools, and we'll be pursuing those during the course of today, and we'll be providing further advice on vulnerable employees in the workplace. The unseemly rush to return to work is unfortunate. We did believe that Catholic systemic schools would take a reasonably calm, measured approach to returning from May the 11th with a graduated return into week 6. This appears to be breaking up as we speak, and in particular the Sydney Archdiocese is returning Year 12s on Monday coming, that's Monday the 4th of May, with the rest following pretty quickly thereafter on the 11th. This unfortunately impacts on the mindsets of our teachers and schools. Schools thrive on certainty and predictability, and when you shift the goalposts repeatedly, it makes running, administering and teaching in schools in particular very complex and unnecessarily difficult during a crisis. What we would also like to bring to your attention is that negotiations, even during the pandemic, are continuing on a range of agreements. The Catholic Systemic Agreement will continue in week 7 of this term. At the moment, it was put on hold by employers due to the crisis. In independent schools, the agreement expires next year, and there's plenty of time to get that one in order. And next week, there are negotiations for Catholic independent schools, and we'll keep you apprised of what's happening in those particular negotiations. In terms of member safety and member welfare in the workplace, which has been our consistent mantra, we've contacted all major employers, Catholics, independents, Christian schools and the like, and we've made sure that they have proper protocols, proper provision of sanitisers and personal protective equipment is as required, and that our members in schools must feel safe. Our members in early learning centres are doing it particularly tough. We would encourage them to please bring it to the union's attention if you believe that there's protocols aren't in place, the provision of sanitisation is not correct, and that, especially with early learning centres, additional cleaning is required and not to be carried out by our teacher members. Hopefully that letter to employers will enable our members to push back on a local level if you think something is awry or out of order. What we'd also like to briefly report on this morning is some stand-downs that have been occurring in independent schools in New South Wales. The union has pushed back on this. There was a particular school, All Saints Grammar at Belmore in Sydney. The union took that case to the Fair Work Commission, and the employers opposed us. There was about 12 or 14 staff members, support staff members involved there. The employers withdrew from that case at the last minute, and I can rest assured that our members are back in work. That work is a little bit different, but their jobs have been retained. It was a hasty decision by the school and an unnecessary decision by the school in all the circumstances. What we would encourage you to do is meet as a chapter at your local level. If you think that something is out of order, awry, it's unusual, the additional cleaning is not occurring, there's no provision of proper protocols for parent drop-offs and pick-ups, that you're being if staff meetings haven't been changed from their normal arrangements. In other words, social distancing for adults must be really reinforced in the workplace. If this is not happening, please talk to us, please talk to your organiser, and we can assist you in resolving those complexities. And just by final message, please stay safe. Because this is such a rapidly moving scenario, please continually refer to the IEU website for details. Thank you for your membership and stay safe.